Hi friends, 2025 was a really tough year. I am finally getting around to editing a lot of videos that we recorded of our fun times during the year. And this is one of the times Mom came up to visit me up in Fort Drum, and we decided to go on an adventure to Canada. And this was around Memorial Day weekend, so last May. Enjoy our fun adventure.
We're in the car. Where are we going, Lisa?
We are off to Canada.
There are police reported ahead.
Oh,
Continue on I-71.
and there are police reported ahead.
Sure enough, there it is.
There they are, but it's okay. We're not speeding.
We're actually going 15 under the speed limit, so I better speed up.
Thanks for joining us today. We're going to make a little adventure into Canada together. I am in New York, staying with Lisa for a couple of days. Well, not literally with her, but in a hotel nearby. And we're just making a quick trip into Canada since we're so close, while Caleb has to work today. And then we'll meet up with him tonight and go have some dinner together. This is my last day. It's been a good visit so far, but we haven't seen a lot of stuff that you'd really be interested in, so we thought we'd make this one little trip and hopefully bring you a good vlog. I have noticed these roads up here tend to be a little rough, and I'm wondering if it isn't because of all the snow and ice they get in the winter.
The right lane to take exit 1N, then merge onto I-81 North.
We just came through the toll gate to this bridge, crossing over the water. We did learn that Lisa's Sun Pass from Florida works here. I whipped out my $4 bills in case it didn't, but it was all good. As in, she got to pay and I didn't have to, so I guess that was good for me. So, I'm not sure I'm filming this the right way, so that may have been too speedy for you, sorry about that. I'm not actually sure how far we are from the border. But there was a North Country Welcome Center on the side of the bridge that we just left. So I'm thinking we can't be very far. We're close to the Thousand Island. I'm not sure if it's a state park. Yes, it is. Well, no, that's a Wellesley Island State Park. But it's a Thousand Island area. We're kind of hoping that we might get to take a boat ride and go see what there is to see when we get there. Island State Parks.
Wow, we're in the Thousand Islands.
We're in the Thousand Islands region already. But we're still on the US side of this. This is interesting that the water separates us basically. I guess this is no man's land in between. What do you think?
Still US. This is still the US.
But at some point, is it from the other side? Is it Canada?
It's in the middle of the water.
Okay, so
Border, I think.
the border's in the middle of the water. And there are leaping deer again for the next 3 miles. Fortunately, we didn't see any leaping deer the last time we saw the sign. I love these. It's like it's cut into the mountain. Reminds me of Tennessee, but it's cut into the hill here. I don't think we're on a mountain. I'm a Florida girl now, and it's pretty flat. We've seen a few farms and silos on the way through, but mostly trees. It is very pretty up here. I don't think I'd enjoy the weather for living here.
Except in summer.
Lisa says except in summer, but summer apparently doesn't last very long. This is the end of May and I'm wearing a lightweight sweater and a jacket. So this is not my idea of summer yet. Tomorrow I'm heading back to Florida where it's 90 something degrees. That's my idea of summer. But it's still only the end of May, so it may be pretty warm through July and August. Okay, DeWolf Point, last US exit in 1 mile. Okay, so excuse me, I'm trying to find where Lisa's passport is as well as holding you, because I don't want to miss this crossing.
You can't film during
Okay, I just want to see the connection. Okay, it's not in that pocket.
So pretty. Oh,
Yes.
wow. That's so pretty. Okay, here's the
Oh,
border
there it
crossing.
is.
Film it.
Okay. I'm
Shut
gonna
it
film.
off. Grab the passports.
Okay, I
You
have
should take
Lisa's
mine out of the thing.
passport. And then I have to shut you off until we get to the other side. See you in Canada. Okay, so apparently that wasn't quite it. Oh, there's duty free. Huh. Oh, what do you know? We can carry something into Canada if we want.
Are they stacked together nicely? Oh, autos.
Okay.
Sorry.
Welcome to Canada. We made it. And we've already had, oh my goodness, look at this.
Oh, that's the Thousand Islands Tower.
The Thousand Islands Tower. Wonderful. Welcome to Ontario. This is exciting. We learned our first lesson. There's a money exchange and a gift shop and ice cream. So, Lisa, he wanted to know, the guard wanted to know where we were going, and Lisa told him Gananoque, and so he corrected us, and it's apparently Gananoque. That's an interesting pronunciation, but we'll take it.
50.
Okay, they do it in kilometers, so if it's 80 kilometers, it's 50. So this is maximum 50 kilometers. I have no idea what that speed is, but I guess 35.
Less than 50.
Right.
I need to make sure I'm less than 50, I guess.
No, my guess would be 35 would seem like a good speed. Oh my, hadn't thought about that.
They said it was in kilometers. I'm like, no worries. Like, yeah,
Okay.
slow down. Okay, I will slow down. Yes.
All right, so yes, your maps is showing you that you are currently doing 56 and you should be doing 50.
Oh, so it's about 31.
So that's really interesting that Maps has automatically shifted to kilometers per hour. Very thankful for that. It is very pretty here, but all you're seeing are trees because I'm still balancing stuff on my lap. Whoa. Okay. Be prepared to stop. Don't know what this is for. Don't stop. Okay, that's the border on the way back.
Okay, we want 401. I know that.
Okay, 401 it is. Gananoque is off to the right. Gananoque is off. Oh, okay, alright, then we're going to follow this. But, you know, I didn't tell it any particular place. All I just punched in was Gananoque. Okay, I'm going to get us organized again. So we'll talk to you in a minute. Okay, this is where we're getting off. top.
Signs for Ontario 401 West.
Oh, and it's assigned to city cruises. That's what we're hoping to do. So,
Great.
okay, my way.
Continue for 2 miles.
Cornwall. We're in the wrong country. So 1.7 miles. We're turning right. And you're good. You're at 75, 74. Then you got to 80. Okay. This is a 2-person job. Oh, it's dropping down to 70. So
That's too much math.
watching maps is
Red light, yay!
a 2-person job. Phew, thank goodness we get to stop.
We're still letting them make that person behind me mad.
We stopped at the visitor centre after we'd driven around a while. We're trying to get to the boat place, and everything has expensive parking, but it's all in Canadian dollars, so we don't know what we're doing yet. But we got out of the car and saw this really fun sign. Hopefully that's not it, but look how pretty it is here. Look at that bird. And there's another. Okay, I have to persuade Lisa that we need to go over here after we go to the visitor centre, or maybe even before. There's a little waterfall, and there's this thing that looks like a canal here. This, wow. And as Lisa pointed out, she's never driven in a foreign country before. But bless her heart, this is our adventure. Let's go see what the visitor centre has for us. Oh, so this is the visitor centre. Look at this fun cyclist. There's a theatre. We're not going to be here long enough for that. This is a fun building. We'll go see if we can get a cruise. I saw that one was a 3-hour. Hopefully they've got something a little shorter than that. That was the shortest one that I actually saw. It is a pretty building. So we went to the visitor centre and got tickets for the cruise. We're going to have to go drive there. But before we do, I thought we'd take a quick walk in this park that I saw from across the other side of the canal. So I'm going to walk down the path. That wouldn't have been my choice. My choice would have been to run down the grassy bit. But if I do that, I'm going to miss this lovely garden. Oops, there's my shadow. Okay, it's talking about this piece of sculpture. It's called Oh Nature. The base begins with a short, thick plant stalk. Growing outwards and upwards is a bowl of multi-layered shapes. The movement's interrupted halfway by a horizontal leaf. Sorry, I stopped that in the middle of a sentence. It's halfway by a horizontal leaf. A horizontal leaf, this is a vertical, whatever. But it's holding nuts and seeds. More foliage, some of it folding back on itself, encloses seed pods and casings. Bursting out of the top is a mythical flower centered by pistils and stamens, with pollen ready to fly, a tribute to nature. I don't know where Lisa went, I just lost her. Isn't this garden lovely? Dedicated to the trees of Gananoque. We were only supposed to be at the visitor center for 15 minutes, so I'm going to walk pretty quickly. This is a pitch pine statue. So I really came because of this bird. That was what had my attention. St. Lawrence Works from 1852 to 1965. Jones Shovel Factory, a shovel for every need. So was that here before? Huh. There's a typo here. Company. Not that I'm nitpicky or anything. But it wasn't clear. It didn't say if that's what used to be here in this spot that's now a garden. A lovely garden. Oh, it's the outflow here from the dam. Huh. Interesting. Looks like you can walk over the top, but we can't walk over the top. We need to get going. So they did suggest we park at the library, because we can park there for 2 hours for free. So we've got to drive down there, and then Lisa wanted to walk a little bit, and then we'll drive to wherever we pick up the boat, which is 10 or 15 minutes down the road. Okay, this stone marks the site of the D.F. Jones Shovel Company. That says 1851 to 1963. I'm sure I saw on the sign that it said 1965. Maybe I misread it. I'm kind of hoping that Lisa's sitting in the car over there and she hasn't been abducted. I guess we'll go find out. We are on our way to Ivy Lee to catch a boat from there, because when we got to the visitor center, the one that goes from Gananoque only shows islands, and we were hoping for tourist attractions rather than just islands. Islands are nice, but here they are. They're just trees and roads. So, and this is the Thousand Island district, so what would we see different? I'm not really sure. So anyway, this hopefully will show us some tourist attractions. It has been a little bit of a stressful trip because we lost internet altogether, so then we weren't sure where we were going, what we were doing. We drove round and round looking for the library so we could park, and it kept saying it was there and we couldn't see any library, and then we lost the internet again, and so it's been a bit of a challenge so far. So we've given up on walking around Gananoque, and we're just going to Ivy Lee. We think by the time we get there it will be about time to get on the boat. We did stop at a grocery store, grabbed some croissants for lunch, and Lisa got some Weetabix for breakfast and some Smarties, which was what she wanted. She's seen a black squirrel, so now her visit to Canada is complete. We can take this boat trip and go home. We're done. It is really pretty here. Okay, we scurried down here, we made it on time. This is our boat. We are about to go aboard. So, it was kind of stressful getting here, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had a bit of anxiety when the internet went out, and But that's okay. I really enjoyed shopping at the little grocery store, and now we're on the boat, so that's great. And it's beautiful.
It really is.
Oh, do you see the bridge?
Yeah, I'm gonna swing around and show you the bridge, but wanted to get this way. We've decided to sit outside, or at least start sitting outside. We'll see if it's too breezy, but we're aft. That's the back end, right? Oops. I'm struggling to see. There is a bridge in the distance, but I realize I'm showing you a lot of sky, but it's sky or water. But as long as I'm showing you all this water, I'll just spin around here so you can see there are some houses. Then I'm going to show you down here. Can you see how clear that is? Obviously it doesn't look all that deep, at least not right here. There are some patches that go deeper, but I can see clear to the bottom. That's just amazing.
Over the next hour, we'll sail through the islands on our way to romantic Old Castle. We'll cross the border from Canada into the United States, where the St. Lawrence becomes a major international seaway. Along the way, we'll point out major landmarks and unique features that have added to the international reputation of one of the most amazing places on Earth, the Thousand Islands.
I don't know if anybody actually counted these islands, but there are lots of these little ones around.
Some are so large that they're fine. Others are so small as brown.
I'm not sure if you can hear that. Some of the islands are so small they don't count as islands. To be counted as an island, they have to sustain 2 trees and have at least 2 square meters of ground. Some of these islands are large enough to farm on.
1864. They formed almost 12,000 years ago at the end of the last ice age, and on a natural phenomenon known as the Frontenac Axis, a narrow bridge of hard, creaking wooden rock connecting the Canadian shore with New York's Adirondack Mountains.
We're actually going to go back into the United States on this trip. We're not getting off of the boat, but the St. Lawrence Seaway, I missed exactly what he said, whether this is the St. Lawrence Seaway and it joins something. I should look that up. But fortunately, Lisa's going to edit this, so hopefully she'll fix it.
Almost all park islands offer golfing, picnic, and limited camping facilities.
This is Georgina Island. Everything we're listening to is first in English and then in French. So this is the St. Lawrence River. There's the St. Lawrence Tower, no, the Thousand Island Tower. We saw that on the way in. See, there are some little houses in the trees here. People live obviously on some of these islands. It's really nice being outside. Lisa brought some extra jackets, thinking we're on the waterway, we may be getting all the breeze. It's really hot here. The only real issue that I'm having is that it's so loud at the back of the boat that I'm not always hearing what they're saying.
In geological terms, the Thousand Islands are fairly young. At the end of the last ice age,
I moved up to the front of the boat. There's more breeze up here. It's not as hot as it is in the back. But a good view up here, and there are no chairs up here. So I'm going to go back to the back with Lisa. We got some cheese croissants for our lunch. And we just heard that at least 5 Indian tribes had settled in this area on the Thousand Islands.
This section of the St. Lawrence River is
Rockport, that was one of the towns
We just saw this really cute little church across there on one of the islands. So we're about to cross the international border between Canada and the United States. Canada and the United States split the Thousand Islands. Land mass and water are about the same for each country, but I believe he said that Canada actually ended up with about 2/3 of the islands. So clearly on the American side there must be some bigger islands, and on the Canadian side they've got more of the smaller ones. Some of them are still big islands. We've certainly seen that. I was wondering if they would have any indication of where this border actually is, but I didn't see it. He did mention that the border between Canada and the United States is often referred to as the longest undefended border in the world. So we are now in American waters, and apparently this is the St. Lawrence Seaway. So we were in the St. Lawrence River, and the St. Lawrence River joins the St. Lawrence Seaway, is what I'm now understanding. There's apparently some major shipping through this area. The St. Lawrence Seaway was opened in 1959 to bypass the rapids between Montreal and Ontario. The houses that I've seen on the edge are just really impressive. They're absolutely huge. I don't think I've seen a small one. Maybe there are some smaller ones further in, and the people on the edges have more money to build houses. I'm not sure, but they are really pretty. Oh, I think I may be able to see Bolt Castle. Yeah. Zoom in a little bit, but I know it's so shaky it'll just bounce around if I do too much, which you've probably already experienced. So George Bolt built this castle as a summer home for his family. He was the epitome of the American success story, coming here, not speaking any English, rising to become proprietor, called up historians and stuff. We have slowed down now, which is nice. is on an island actually to the left of the direction the boat was facing. When I was taking it earlier, I was taking it from the right.
Is the yacht house, where the Bolt family's 3 yachts were kept. The boathouse was the first of the Bolt's buildings to be listed on the U.S. National Registry of Historic Places. De l'autre côté,
some of these tours actually stop here and let you off and you can go tour, but this is our first visit. We've left Caleb at home, so we didn't want to take the extra time to do that. They've got a castle cafe here.
Yeah, they have ice cream, a little bit of ice cream in the cafe.
Wow. And you've been here before, Lisa?
I have. It's really cool inside. You can go see it. Some of the rooms are furnished like they would have been, and then the upper stories are not furnished. They're like, they show like the fire damage and stuff like that with displays in them. And then they have a great gift shop. You can get Thousand Island dressing, and yeah, it's really nice.
Looks like they have deer on top of the gatehouse.
of the Parisian landmark.
Okay.
Beyond the arch is the
I called it the gatehouse. It's a replica of the Arc de Triomphe. It's a little smaller.
exquisite structure equals the theater.
So we just heard that during a fireworks display, a firework had landed on the top of this building and set fire to it, gutting it. And they're restoring it. Lisa had mentioned the signs of the fire when she visited. We are heading north again, back to Canada.
The world's smallest international bridge joins the two islands. We're now back in Canadian waters.
Nous sommes maintenant de retour dans les eaux canadiennes.
This bridge joining the two islands. We're back on the road again, but currently heading in the wrong direction. I don't know what was with maps. It told us we were avoiding a road closure, but it had us going north instead of south. So we're coming down to this next exit. And we're heading to Mallorytown. And then we're coming back down the Thousand Island Parkway, which was what we thought we wanted to do to start with. Here's the Thousand Islands Parkway. And there's the St. Lawrence River that we were just floating on.
Continue on Thousand Islands Parkway.
This is the Thousand Island Tower, and we just came back over the bridge that we went underneath earlier. Oh, we need to get our passports. And now that we've crossed the Canada-USA bridge, we are coming over another. This is one of a series of 5 bridges, isn't that correct, Lisa? There are 5 bridges, and Lisa was just commenting that it was nice that they were coordinated in colour. So I did ask if we brought any alcohol or cigarettes with us, and Lisa said no, just we bought a few groceries. And so then he wanted to know if we had any citrus,
Fresh chicken.
fresh meat. Then he asked whether we had any firearms or currency over $10,000.
It was pretty easy.
Which of course we don't.
We did not have to show the receipt.
We saved the receipt just in case we needed it, but didn't have to show it. But another 25 miles to Watertown and we will be back home. I think we're going to go ahead and close this vlog now Not much else to do. We're going to go out for pizza later, but we won't vlog that. It's just family. Okay. So, any last words, Lisa?
I'm really glad we went on our Canada adventure. I was quite nervous, but we did it, and I'm proud of us, and it was a lot of fun, and we're just really glad you joined us for this video. And if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe below, and we hope you have a great day.
Bye.